What's up, everybody? I'm back with another roller coaster review. This is of the newest coaster at Kings Island, Orion, their B&M Giga roller coaster that opened up in 2020. Um, the sixth Giga coaster added and the third from B&M. There's a lot of controversy over this coaster because a lot of people don't think it's a true Giga coaster because the height only stands at 297 feet. The drop though is 300 feet. That's why it's considered. That's why it's classified as a Giga coaster. I'm for the sake of simplicity, I'm considering it a Giga coaster. I really don't care. Um, this was my first of the B&M Gigas, and I'm gonna get my experience right now. So, I had a little bit of scare in the station. I'll talk about that right now. I had a little bit of scare in the station because I almost didn't fit the restraints. The restraints are the exact same as on Diamondback, except they're a little bit smaller, and the trains are a little bit more aligned. So there's like 4 cross seating on like their invert models. So it was a little bit more simplistic like that. I was able to fit, but just barely, um, which was it was a little bit of scare for me. I really wanted to ride it, and thank God I was able to get on it. So, but let's talk about first before I talk about the ride experience. Let's talk about getting up to the ride because you walk in and they made this whole area, decked it out for Orion. There's a lot of they made there's a whole drink stand and a whole shopping stand and everything there for Flight of Fear and Orion merch and drinks and stuff like that. The bright entrance station is really cool. It gives a really presentation of the lift hill and the drop and everything. And you go into the and you walk them through the queue line and you can see a bunch of like Easter eggs towards past rides of Easter eggs towards Vortex, Flight of Fear, Firehawk. I think there's even one towards some other coasters that are not at Kings Island, there's on Cedar Point and stuff like that. And that's a really nice touch. And they did a lot of great work into that. It sucks that COVID killed the opening of this ride because it was definitely going to be a spectacular opening. I mean, it's a great ride now. A lot of people love it. Um, and stuff like that. And there was just a lot of cool drawings on the station and in the like little tent area and lockers and stuff like that. There's a lot of cool Easter eggs, and if you have to wait in a long line for the ride, at least you get that. At least you get to look at that. So, hey, it's better than nothing, you know. Um, then we talk about the ride experience. Even in the station, there was like to the Bats and to Firehawk and a few others that I couldn't make out because they were at the front and we were kind of the back of the station, so couldn't really see those. But those really nice touch. Good job, Kings Island, on that part. Then we had the whole fiasco of trying to fit into the seats and stuff like that. But that eventually stopped. And like Banshee, this lift hill just flies. This thing was flying up to the top. And it kind of faces away from the park, so you can really see a whole lot as you were going up. You do get a good view of what you can see as you are going up the lift hill. And this drop was just insane. This was definitely the best part of the ride, as it is probably for most roller coasters for many people, is the drop. I absolutely enjoy it, loved the drop, because you just free fallen. It was amazing. God. And this thing's main focus is speed. You know, Diamondback, the B&M Hyper, it's about airtime. This thing's main focus is about speed, and it, like Millennium Force, the other Giga coaster I've ridden at the time making this video, it holds its speed very well, and I absolutely enjoyed that. It did have a couple of moments of really good airtime, I thought, which was quite surprising. I didn't think it was going to have any really good moments of airtime, but it did. It had a couple of good moments, especially there was one in particular where it was like Diamondback. I was just absolutely flying. Now, I didn't get to enjoy it as much of a flying experience because we were going faster, so we did the hill faster, but I felt the airtime. We were absolutely moving through that thing, which was awesome. It was crazy. And then but mostly, for the most part, though, it basically just focuses on drops and turns and stuff like that. For me, it felt very similar to Diamondback in a way, where it kind of just showcased it without the airtime hills, though. It mostly was just doing dips and turns and stuff like that. It's not as long of a ride as Millennium Force, and it's kind of just a simple, like, out and back layout. Very uninspiring for me. Like, I had some pretty hikes. I didn't have the greatest expectations going into this coaster, knowing that, you know, I mean, I knew that it was going to be a fun ride. Like, I expected it to be a fun ride, but like I didn't expect it to be a huge wow factor. Like I have expectations for everyone I can get on Fury 325 or even Leviathan or even Intimidator 305 or Steel Dragon 2000 and the other Gigas. Orion just didn't stand out to me. This felt kind of like a clone in some ways. Um, so yeah, and yeah, to me it just felt kind of like a Diamondback clone, but not really like a Diamondback clone. And just showcase the speed. And I'm all for speed, but I feel like it needed more elements. I feel like it should have included more elements. I would have liked to see more airtime hills, maybe even some more bank turns. It had like 2 bank turns. I would have loved to see more bank turns. It didn't have those, and I would have liked to see more of those. Just Orion, not as good as Millennium Force. Not the greatest awe-inspiring experience for me. I'm gonna give it probably an 8 out of 10, whereas a ride like Millennium Force me is probably gonna give it a perfect 10 out of 10, maybe 9 out of 10 actually. But maybe I'm being too harsh on it. Maybe I just got a bad ride on it. Maybe I just had too high of expectations coming in. Who knows? It's all up to you guys to test to. If you've ridden any of the other big B&M Gigas or any of the other Giga coasters in general, or ridden Orion, and you think I'm a little harsh on Orion, comment down below. I would love to hear your experiences. I would love to hear your thoughts on the ride. Where does it stand for you? So that's going to do it for this coaster review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we only have a couple more left. Don't worry, guys. But till next time, everybody, I'll see you guys later. Yeah, bye.